Now we're going to go to portrait. Portrait seems to be a nice sort of balance of light in here. Right, so now that we're in the, and now that our model is conformed and we look good, we're going to go into the skin and eyes. So down the bottom here you'll see texture override. So if you have a different texture that you would like to add that's going to work with the MetaHuman UVs, this is where you would add that. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to add one for the face, and I'm also going to add one for the body. Then I go to my textures folder that I created earlier, select my face texture, and I select that guy here, and then my body texture, put that in there too. Now our gorilla is gorilla colored. Which is super great. We can also turn his top off so we don't get that weird singlet, but he is wearing his tidy whities. Just pretty fun. Cool, so we don't have to worry about skin tone so much because we've overwritten that, but we do want to get some nicer detail in his face. So we're going to use the face texture roughness. So we're going to use the texture index filter, turn the high wrinkles onto high, and then we can slide through and find the particular roughness pattern or the wrinkles pattern that we like the most. Personally, I found that I like number 8, feels the most gorilla-like to me, especially with these more sunken under eye bags. There's another one here, 10's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to stick with 8, and then here for the roughness, that's sort of how wet the texture looks. So wet the shine is. So if we turn that down, it gets quite shiny. If we turn it up, it gets a bit more matte. I think about 0.65 seems to be a good spot for that. Then freckles, we don't need to worry about freckles. Well, I'm not going to worry about freckles. Don't think it's going to make much difference to my guy here. Eyes. We do want to look at the eyes. It's always a good idea when you're looking at well, I was going to say gorillas, but anything really, is to check out some reference. So I'm going to try and hit this kind of color and a bit more darkness in the lead off from the iris. But they do have a lighter sclera, but their eyes do seem to be, come across as quite dark. Also, when we look at his hair color, they do get quite a little bit of red in their hair, which is pretty cool. So I think I'm going to try and keep his hair a little bit red, some white whiskers. But this is the sort of eye style I'm looking to try and emulate here. So start off with the color. I want to go a little bit more. You don't want that. You want that brown. You want that brown orange. Just going to stick that off to the side so it doesn't get super lost. Where are we? unnecessary. It is an intense colour on the inside there. Secondary colour. This actually seems a bit lighter. This is where all the fun happens though. This is the good bit. The limbic ring, that's that section out to the side. We actually want that to be quite big. We also want to darken that up. I don't think I just want it to go black though. I want a little bit of... I'm going to darken that up quite a bit. I want it to be bigger. Where's the softness? Softness is good. How do I... oh, there we go. I'm going to make the cornea bigger so it fills more of that space. Nimbus softness. Yeah, drop that off a little bit. I'm also going to darken this one up so we get more of that blackness. I want to keep it more in the reds and the yellows. Looking a bit more animalistic, which is cool. And then the sclera, which is the normally the whiter part. I want to dirty that up too a little bit more. So here's a trick without, you don't want it to look jaundice. It does look a bit more animalistic, which is great. A bit more vein intensity, yes. Bit of blue offsets the red. Oh, look how great he looks. Just with an eye adjustment, super cool. Although I think we're a little bit too red. Back off on the tint a little bit. Okay, just back off on that just a teeny bit. Very cool. Very, very cool. Not going to worry about makeup or eyelashes. You can see his teeth, which I think I'll fix in a later date. The teeth will be a bonus for another one, another time. Hair is a place where we can really get this guy looking pretty gorgeous. There we go. Got the afro. What else we got? Got the faux hawk. Oh, hello. Oh, hot. That's very sexy. Of course, there's the classic mohawk, the classic MetaHuman mohawk we love. Yeah. Ha. Mean. Hey, it looks great. Bald. Oh, no, that's not as fun. Not as fun. But I think the oh, what about the updo? Something pretty. Reminds me of E.T. when he's got the wig on. But I think the short pulled back is the one that really sings to me when we're looking at our guy here. Shaved sides. Cool, cool little sweep back. Now if we go a bit lower to the beard section. Oh yeah, hey, full beard. I don't actually mind that so much, to be honest. Full beard, the mutton chops. Yeah, I think the mutton chops are more his kind of vibe. What about the short beard? Oh, that's okay. Mutton chops, way better. What about the short, uneven one? Oh yeah, that works too. Pointy chin. You know what? Lots of these work. That works. Oh, what about the pencil thin? Okay. Mutton chops. Mutton chops it is. Mutton chops is the one. That's super cool. You know, that profile feels very, very gorilla-like just in there. And we can add the peach fuzz, which will give him just that little bit of fuzz all over his face. A little bit more life. And I am going to add the very imperceivable though, but the little stubble moustache, or maybe even the light one. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Into the color. Let's start with the hair. The melanin, I'm going to make the hair a bit darker. So yeah, but what's that? 0.75, let's call it. I do want to keep some red in there. That's a bit too much red. Mid to high threes. Yes. A few white furs, white hairs. There we go. Break it up a little bit. Very cool. He is a silverback. Same thing for the mutton chops. We will darken them up. I say for the bottom 0.75, so if we go 0.7 for the mutton chops, and then I'd say let's go 0.39 on the redness scale, so it's a little bit redder in the beard. Actually, I think that's too much. Oh yeah, 0.75, 0.33 on the redness. Yeah, actually might drop the redness off on the top. Go a little darker. What happens if I lighten him up on top? Yeah, that's cool. A little bit of white, a few white hairs in the beard. Oh, whoops, I'm messing with the wrong attribute. Roughness, whiteness. Here we go. Very fun. And then I think for the moustache we can go quite dark, 7 something. But also a lot of whiskers, a lot of white whiskers. Won't worry about putting more red into that though. But there you go. Very cool, very fun face. Hair makes a big difference. Nice eyes make a big difference. And from here, we can add his. We can put the shirt on, shirt and shorts, just to show you that that works. I don't think I love the shirt and shorts, but the parametric clothing does still work with our guy here, which is good to know. Even the other clothing, the tech wear that you can get for free from Fab, also works on this guy. Cool, but we're going to turn that off. So I'm going to save, just in case